morning, Tuan. Welcome to Dayak Daily. Kita pun spot on lah pagi tu.
Okay, terima kasih sama.
Yeah. So basically, we just want to find out and hear from you what are the things, like musim landas so, and then we want to hear from you how is your preparation to face this landas?
Okay, with the new challenge, of course, we call it monsoon Timor Laut, southeast monsoon. Is phenomena that we face every year, almost every year. But this year is quite complicated, whereby not only facing the monsoon, but we're facing the COVID-19. It's another added tasking, and it's quite challenging to our personnel because the PPS, Pusat Perpindahan Sementara, it still remain the same number, but the SOP for COVID-19 has been changed. For example, like maybe our board can carry 10 victim or passenger at one time before COVID, but now we have to limit it to 5 to make sure that social distancing. This is the new challenge that we are facing. But since April this year, when we look at the point that how Bomba will tackle this phenomena, we've been sitting down with what I call this SDMC, and also with advice on MOH, Ministry of Health, how we can accommodate this type of scenario. And we're quite lucky considering that from meteorology department report that the area that will face this MTL has been classified into 3 zones. North zone, regional in the Cebu area, and also Kuching, west one. So this is giving us a good response and how we're going to mobilize our asset. And for the last 2 incidents happened in Kapit and also happened in Bintulu recently, give us good insight of how Bomba and other agencies can mobilize our logistic and asset at particular area. And it showed that through the proper planning, we can see that the number of public complaints with community that facing the flood has been lesser and lesser. And we also like to thank, because of the concerted effort by the Sarawak Disaster Management Committee and also the media play important roles. And now with the media, people can go through the online printed material. This is the information reaching the community is much better.
So your men, in terms of manpower, they are all ready for this task?
We've been conducting quite a number of simulations. We want to test the new SOP. And so far, based on the SOP that we running with our personnel and asset, we see that the best scenario is happen in Kapit. We have no problem on that. Even people thinking about how we're going to settle the numbers of victims and to comply with the SOP of this COVID-19. When we have that simulation in June, then the incident happened in September in Kapit and also recently in Bintulu. I should say that we really recommended that the SOP that been set by the SDMC and Bomba in Sarawak has been quite excellent.
Tuan, this in terms of providing services to the communities and in your outreach and so on, how has the response from the local communities in helping, and you have some sort of voluntary bombas? How do they work?
Yes, that's why I said when we try to get people, because the first 5 minutes in any disaster is the people itself, the community.
Yes.
And when we expose them, and a lot of engagement has been done by Bomba Sarawak and also the community, this is very important. The engagement that we did reflect on the responses and also not only our personal response, but to the public as well. If the public panics, then the response activity will be different. But what I observed that a lot of engagement been done and conducted among the people in Sarawak. Then with the support of local YB, with the support of local government, it showed that cooperations and also the cooperation is quite good. We try to introduce the program of champion program. The champion program is the people itself. Like for example, Rumah Panjang. We appoint the tuai rumah or the tuai kampung, JKK become the champion. They lead the team. Before the arrival of Bomba or before the arrival of other agencies, if they can mobilize themselves, that will be much better. And recently we just also printed a material to be distributed among the people in the kampung, Rumah Panjang as a guideline. At least during, before the flood, before the incident, during incident and after incident. So we give them the proper guidelines. At least they have something for them to hold on.
Kind of SOP.
Yes, this is something that then the cooperation among the public and also Bomba is, I should say that, quite excellent.
So there's a lot of improvement in the prevention of fire in longhouses.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. When you look at fire prevention, the cooperation is very important because the first 5 minutes is your responsibilities. And of course, when you apply the element of 3P, precaution, prevention, and protection. This is an element not only applied on fire, but it can be applied in other things during flood, during any incident, any disaster. When you apply 3P, precaution, prevention, and protection, you have the cushion to absorb the impact of any disaster. At least you can minimize. But we can't avoid incident. Because as human beings, we also pray to God. But when incident happen, whether we are capable to absorb the thing with our cushion, this is the element that we want to impart with the public and share with them and let everybody become the champion. Because if you can save yourself, you are the champion. Nobody can claim that. That's you.
If you can save the longhouse, then you're the champion, no?
Yes, the longhouse belongs to you. If you have prevention, even look at program 3L. It sounds like very stupid, like macam kampung yang 3L lupa lalai. But that is the reality happening in our country, whereby people tend to forget, forgetful, lupa lalai. This is always 3L. Then when we train these people with information and how they should prepare themselves, they must have 3L also. They must lawan in terms of how prepared they are. If you are prepared, of course you can minimize the impact. Another L is lapor. How fast you reporting. Sometimes people, they take photo, they took the barrel thing, but they never report to the authority. They share with their friends. If they call Bomba 999 or other agency respond as fast as possible, they can save a lot. Then another L is that if you can't, you're facing the for example, thing that you can't cope up, you lari lah, you escape, you evacuate, withdraw yourself from that incident. At least you can save yourself or your family members. This knowledge you cannot acquire during crisis. You must acquire before the crisis.
Yeah, Tuan. Facing this landas season and all the uncertainties in the future, and as of now, it would most probably be flooding lah. What will be the assets that Bomba is ready to deploy?
Okay, we've been mobilizing our asset, our what do you call this, asset air, asset darat, our boats and our lorries, our pickup. We have 16 lorries on standby, whereby our lorry has capabilities of what we call lift, easy to in terms of preparation process. Old man, whatever lah, kita ada lift. We have a lift behind the lorries lah. Then we have 67 utilities, 4x4, to go to the rural area. From 34 fire station we have lah. Then we have a boat penyelamat, 45 of it. And now all our station, almost 34, equipped with boat lah. Then now reported that all the engines, all the boat in good conditions can be mobilized. And also we have our one helicopter at Miri base, one Augusta AW 189, to be mobilized on emergency, really emergency and very critical requirement. We deploy our helicopters for surveillance purposes, for transferring or critical victim. We use our helicopters, and also we now forming our regional forward base. That is the new element that we introduced in Sarawak for facing this flood during COVID, is whereby Kuching, Sibu and Miri become the regional forward base, whereby our equipment, logistic, in some area we put it a certain station, so during emergency we can deploy it as fast as possible. And every minute is count. So we try our very best to minimize the impact, the traveling time, so we can respond. And at the same time, we also putting on standby our PBS, Pasukan Bomba Sukarela. That's a new element whereby we empower them, the Pasukan Bomba Sukarela, to respond on our behalf. We have 2,352 personnel, Bomba Sukarela, with 57 teams. All scattered. But of course, Sarawak, we need more. But at the moment, we have 57. Then also our Bomba community, we have 7,453. And most of these people are orang kampung, rumah panjang. They help us. And recently, during an incident in Bintulu, this Bomba community, they help us. The confidence level among them is one thing. The second one is that they know the fire officers. Because we don't want that during a disaster, you start asking, who are you?
Yeah.
But when we respond, they know that these officers, they trust each other. Respect and trust is there, then the process will be better lah. Then also our CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. That is a program between the state government and that funded by the Petronas. We have 10,000 of them. And the summer camp under SSGP and also Petronas, we have this group and they are the champion. And we provide them with some vests to identify that when our officers or our team respond to that place, they know that we have our team there, and things are taken care. That means we try to minimize the impact, because if you are facing a crisis, we need people at the ground to give you information, and they are no better than you. With our representative, this Bomba Sukarela, Bomba community, CERT and Sama Camp people, they will respond on our behalf and part of our response time.
Yeah, Tuan, comparatively from previous years, like last year and this year, how do you see your preparation in facing disaster like flood for this year? Is it better than last year?
I assume that it's improving a lot, whereby when we take into account of the COVID-19, because we try to minimize the number of people with transport to the PPS, Pusat Pemindahan Sementara. It's a new challenge. But looking at how we respond at certain location, how we manage the number, whether we should transfer all the victim, flood victim, or we control the number, it's changed. Even now, last time we used to Dewan Masyarakat Kecil. We used to Dewan Kecil, Dewan Sekolah. Now, the state government start using the Dewan Suara. It's more bigger and the space better for social distancing. And the people respond. Because last time, you know, Pusat Pemindahan Sementara, people, they're doing nothing there for 3 days, 4 days. Sometimes they go group together. But during this COVID, what I observed in Kapit and also in Bintulu, they really observe it. That means
they follow the
they don't lepak. That means this is really good. And this is how we try to share that information, the photo, to the pejabat daerah, to rumah kampung, how we should behave to face this banjir, the flood, and also the COVID one. We have to balance it. Otherwise, at the end of the day, if you fail to do that, it's go back to us. It's go back to the community itself, because who are going to suffer? The community.
Tuan, last and not least, can you advise or can you share with our audience and our readers what are the challenges? You know, sometimes we hear Bomba serving even the kittens, snakes in the macam-macam, like cutting strange thing like cutting the rings and so on. Yeah. What's your
okay, we look at Bomba nowadays. Bomba become friends to the community. Anything that facing, they trust Bomba, they call Bomba. And the number of rescue call compared to the fire call that we receive, we are almost 70% of our call is rescue call, whereby people facing a lot of problems. Even domestic problem at homes, they call Bomba. They are
domestic.
Yes, they are quite comfortable. whereby people they sometimes the trust is there because they confident that when Bomba arrive, Bomba will settle the things, and they are more confident with Abang Bomba. And this is a good thing that happen, whereby the trust and respect between the public and Bomba become, I would say that, very something that we feel proud when the public respect and trust us, and when we go back the services we give to them. Any call that we receive, we never turn it down. We respond. In terms of snake, even to the extent that they cicak, what, lizard, normal lizard at home, when the girls because the gecko is so big, they thought it's anak the small lizard, monitor lizard. They call Bomba, and Bomba respond. We do that, gecko. When we receive a call, when people in distress, we don't know what they see. Correct. And people, when they are panic, even a gecko like small, when you ask them, how big the one? Oh, so big. That's why to the callers and to the response team, we never ask, can you give us what is this is the thing lah, because our PGO, Pusat Gerakan Operasi, been informed and also guide that any call that from public, you must respond as fast as possible, because we don't know. Sometimes things can change, because to people in panic, you cannot ask them too much questions. Correct. If you ask too much question, they get irritated. Then I would like to advise the public, be more responsible with whatever you think. Of course, Bomba will be there to help you, but use it wisely. And also the number Bomba 999, call and give precise information. And call Bomba when you really in need. Don't just simply play things. This is the thing that we try to create the bonding between the public and Bomba. And so far in Sarawak, we've been enjoying very good relationship between the community and also the Bomba. And who are going to give, we are giving the service, is go back to the community. And who are the community? We are the one. And sometimes even people ask, how do you feel as a fire chief? No, I said, we are serving the community. Who are the community? It's me, because when I retire also, I need this service. And if I don't set the service at this level, when I retire, I cannot complain. Right. Or if people complain, if I complain, then people will point to me. Right. You are the one, what changes you did. This is the thing. So cooperation between the community is very important. Understand the service, work together, build a trust, build a respect, then of course we become friends. And when we become friends, a lot of things can be settled within seconds. Not within hours, but in seconds. Just you call us, we respond, we settle things. That's very important. And we are quite lucky in Sarawak. The state government of Sarawak been doing well. The government been responsible. The ADON is the responsibilities, and they respond to public needs quite good. So this is very important. So we have to work together, and of course, Sarawak is for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tuan.
Okay.